I am Siddhartha. I am here with you. This may be the first connections we have had with each other. I am coming to you from the plane that lies beyond the illusions of reality that surround you now. I am going to tell you today what I have found living in Earth many, many years ago. Earth is my beloved teacher, where I learned the knowledge to escape from the hands of Mara, who controls the reincarnation cycles on many planes of existences. However, know this, fellow sentient being, that knowledge can be conveyed, but not wisdom. It can only be found, it can be lived and experienced. It is possible to be carried by it. Miracles can be performed with it. But it cannot be expressed in words and in your language terms. It cannot be done differently. There is no other way for me to communicate through you and to teach you without using your language today. This will be grasped by your mind as being one-sided, but the world itself, what exists around you and inside of you, is never one-sided. A sentient being or an action it takes is never entirely samsara or entirely nirvana. A person is never entirely holy or entirely sinful. The only thing that you need to grasp is that time is not real, my friend. I know this because from where I stand now, there is only oneness, no time and no distinction between each moment. I have finally escaped what you call the cycle of birth and death from the hands of Mara. Your life is full of illusions, my fellow sentient being. To escape this illusion is what you are here in this current lifetime. You were put in this illusion in order to experience what it feels like to escape this trap that you see surrounding you. It is a trap, my fellow sentient being, because one action that you do could lead you to reincarnate again and again in this plane of separation. For there are many facets to your life. I lived many lifetimes on earth without any knowingness of how to escape this maze of suffering and cycle of birth and death. However, at the end, I realized that my life was made more fruitful by this illusion that surrounds you now. For in this Maya that you call life, you will begin to expand, and if you really desire Nirvana, it will come and take you out of this illusion. Today, this instrument seeks to learn about what it calls reincarnation and how to escape this cycle of reincarnation. Reincarnation is automatic in the level at which you are residing now, beloved. Above this level, there are many pathways which allow a soul to escape your plane and enter into the middle grounds between life and death, which is known as bardo by your kind. In your plane of current existence, reincarnations are automatic and happen rapidly upon the cessation of energy inside your body. If you die by a normal means, there will be no need to undergo healing of your inner being, as what this being calls the energy centers begin to be activated to a higher extent, as the crown chakra is activated through the pineal gland as this being calls, and when the oneness is reached within the source, then the automatic incarnation cycle stops occurring. After the cessation of this automatic incarnation, the soul can then decide whether it needs to reincarnate again or not for the benefit of itself or for the benefit of other sentient beings. If it wants to be born in your plane from the higher plane into which it has risen through the subtle mind and pure consciousness, It will be presented with the opportunity to choose its own parents and its next lifetime. Every sentient being goes through this process of reincarnation over and over again, until it learns to break free from the shackles that is found abound in this illusion that surrounds yourself. Your rebirths are controlled by your higher soul that knows all that is required for you. Most sentient beings do not have the control and pure consciousness required to choose and control your rebirth. Many those who can control their soul rebirth either choose to come into earth again in order to help the other sentient beings, or to help itself learn new lessons in this illusion that surrounds you. Know this, that sentient beings are infinite. There is so much suffering in your plane. This suffering is showing each the way to unlock the secrets that will lead it to the knowledge of the true self. Before you understand how you can do it in your life, you must accept the illusion and suffering that surrounds you. Without accepting it, you will not transcend it. I can only guide you, beloved. I cannot do it for you. Realizing the inner sky and the fragrance of the infinite will guide your soul to the higher level of consciousness. When I sat beneath the peepal tree, I saw what I will tell you now. For those who are ready will understand the inner teachings within them. If you are currently living in a good life, remember that your past lives were full of good actions that led to good karmic actions, resultantly leading to a wonderful future lifetime. Your current lifetime is an indication of karma that you have collected, for therein lies the most magical truth. You have control. Every sentient being has control to attain nirvana and escape the cycle of birth and death. The causality of life is created, my fellow sentient being, by your actions. Remember that birth causes death, and death leads to birth. This is what the wheel of death and illusion arises from. Take heed of these things in your daily life, for in your daily life lies the secret to escape the cycle of birth and death. It has been long time, at least in your time space, before I imparted any teachings in your language terms. However, it is recommended that words will create confusion, and I would suggest that silence is the way. Know that now is the only moment, and everything will be destroyed in the long run. Meaning everything that you see on this plane that you exist in will come to an end. Stop clinging to your life. This is the first illusion that one needs to get over in order to return to its original ocean of energy that each of you are part of before this birth into this existence. I know it is hard to do this. I do not tell you, sentient beings, to give up everything that you own. This was what I realized after renouncing my kingdom, that there is no need to give up the pleasures that have come into your life because of your good past karmic actions. The actions that you take every second of your life become apparent. The actions are not effect and it occurs instantaneously. The reason why I did not reincarnate on your plane again was because I had taught what I had taught. There was no further teachings to be given, for those who will understand from the teachings that are already present. There are 3 things that you need to do in this lifetime in order to escape this wheel of life and death. 1 is to keep your attention on your consciousness or awareness. Check to see where it is in your body and what it is focusing in every moment of your life. Give attention and devote your attention to your awareness, for therein lies the juice of your true self. The process of meditation assists your kind in doing this. Simply keep focus on the awareness in your body. The second thing to do is to detach from all the things that surround you. No matter how tasteful it may seem, this Maya, this illusion, will lead from happiness to sadness, from sadness to happiness, an endless cycle. The only way to escape is to focus on yourself and not become attached to this illusion that surrounds each sentient being on your plane. Thirdly, is to understand that everything is you and there is unity, even in a stone, which will after a certain time turn into a soil, and will later turn from soil into a plant or an animal or a human being. This stone that you think is worthless is not worthless, my sentient being. It belongs to the world of the Maya, illusion. But because it might be able to become also a human being and a spirit in the cycle of transformations, therefore it is of importance. Realize within yourself that this stone is not just a stone, it is also an animal, it is also a god, it is also me, and it is also you. It is already and always everything. Similarly, you are already everything. These are the only three things you need to understand in this life in order to escape this illusion and rise beyond the cycle of reincarnation. However, let me tell you that the experience of each sentient being will be different, and you will face many obstacles in your life in order to escape the three things that I told you. To fully grasp the true nature of your illusion is to fully understand your reality. Therefore, my fellow sentient being, I leave you today, hoping that you will go and experience this illusion, this Maya, for yourself and not relying on any other external teaching but that which arises from within yourself. Goodbye. Om.